Hello all, I'm Sai and you're watching The Book Dragon. In today's video, I'm bringing to you my March reading wrap-up. March provided to be a really good reading month for me, and I ended up finishing 17 books as a whole. I myself could not believe that I finished 17 whole books, and of those 8 are physical books, 7 are audiobooks, and the rest 2 are ebooks. Of all the 8 physical books, I've got separate reviews for 3 books, and I've talked about 4 tomes, that is books over 500 pages, in my Tome Topple Readathon, which was my previous video. I'll link all the reviews as well as the Tome Topple wrap-up video in the description, so you can check out my detailed thoughts on all the books if you are interested. I'll not be talking about all the books very elaborately in this video because I don't want the content to be redundant. So without any further ado, let's get into the books right away. Starting with the physical books, the first one which I finished is A Study in Scarlet by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Now this is the first story of all the Sherlock Holmes stories, and this is a whole collection of which I've read the first story alone. So there are 3 more left in this one. I got an order of how I should read all the stories from one of you guys. Thank you so much for doing that to me. I've also got a dedicated review for this story separately in the channel, and I'm going to do a series for all the Sherlock Holmes stories which will be collected together in a playlist, and as I read each and every story in the future, I'll be making reviews for each and every one of them or in groups. So if you're interested in getting to know about Sherlock Holmes as a whole series, or if you've read it and want to just discuss it with me, do check out that video because I think it'll be useful and it'll be fun if you've already read the books before me. So I rated this one 4 stars. The next book which I finished is Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Now this is an adult contemporary romance, and I should say this was the most fun book which I read throughout the month, and I read it on the first week of the month itself. Now this is not just a single book from my March TBR, but also one of the books from my 2021 standalone TBR. I started it with this one and it was so enjoyable. Since it's an adult book, I do not recommend young adults and children to read it because definitely not for children and not advisable for young adults also if you ask me. It has a lot of sexy scenes, so you'll have to go with an open mind into it. And this is also a male romance queer story in which we see the story taking place in an alternate timeline in which the son of the first female president of America and a prince of England fall in love with each other. It's also a hate to love kind of story, but many people might get into it thinking that it might be a slow burn romance, but definitely not, because I went in thinking that it would be a slow burn. It was not at all. Okay, everything just starts happening suddenly and it keeps on happening until the end, but it was very entertaining, very funny, and I'm sure that the richness of the story and the way in which it's portrayed makes it so enjoyable, and I rated this one 5 stars. The next book which I finished is actually a reread, and it was a very surprising reread for me, and it is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I also have a dedicated review for this one also out in the channel. Now I should say, the first time I read this book, I was very disappointed. Okay, I just ended up giving it 3 stars. I'm very liberal when it comes to giving star ratings to books, but this one being such a famous book disappointed me so much in 2020. At that time itself, I told here that I'll be reading the book once again and I'll review it if possible. So I did go forward, buy it and read it this year, and I should say physically reading it made such a difference for me while experiencing the story, because the last time I read it, it was in audiobook format and it did not work out that well for me. Usually I love audiobooks a lot and I do a lot of audiobooking also, but this one did not work out in that way for me at all. The narrator was good, but I don't know why the story was written in such a way that I did not get anything that was put into it in a proper way in the audiobook format. But while I read it physically, trust me, there were a lot of things which I noticed which I did not notice in the first time, and I was so glad that I reread it, and I went to such an extent that I started annotating the book. Okay, usually I don't annotate most of the books that I read. Only if I enjoy something so much I start annotating, and for review purposes at sometimes. But this one was so good that I wanted to coordinate the annotation with some theme, so I went with the cover of the book and annotated it in orange. It was such a valuable book. Okay, I think I will be reading this multiple times in the future also, and I ended up rating this 5 stars this time. The next book is actually my most anticipated read of March, and it is none other than Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Last Hours series, and I've read it, reviewed it and discussed this already in the channel. I'll link that also down in the description. You can check it out if you're interested. I should say this was far better compared to the first book, Chain of Gold, and I have to tell you guys, okay, while I talked about Chain of Gold itself, many people ask me where I got this glossy cover. Okay, it's not a glossy cover. Okay, it's not sold as such. It's just the naked hardback, the format in which it is available on Amazon and other online stores. I just covered it with an lamination sheet. Okay, since I live in a dusty area, the naked hardcovers get ruined very easily, so that's why my copy of Six of Crows is also covered back there. I went forward and bought lamination sheets and just covered both of the books with the help of my brother. Now actually talking about this book, all the things that were in this one were much better compared to Chain of Gold. I am not saying that I did not enjoy Chain of Gold. I'm just saying that I enjoyed this one much more compared to that book, and the themes that were explored in this one, the way in which the characters were developed, everything was so excellent. So I'd highly recommend you to try and read this series, The Last of Us. But in order to read this, you will have to finish reading the Infernal Devices and then come. Otherwise, the first book in the series itself will just spoil the entire Infernal Devices for you. So try reading that and then getting into the series, because it is worth the hype and it is worth the time that you will spend. And I rated this one also 5 stars. The next one which I finished is Prey by Michael Crichton. Now this is a science fiction thriller book, and it was really good. Okay, I should say, of all the books that I read in March, this was the most surprising, and that is one thing which I have to tell now itself. This is definitely one of my favorite books of 2021. Okay, I did not even feel Chain of Gold or Chain of Iron or any of the other Shadowhunters books or any other thing that I read so far this year to be so good that I'll say it as one of my favorites of the year. But this one definitely is. Okay, I don't know if I'll be including any of the other books, but definitely this will be there in my favorites of 2021 video, because it was so amazing. Okay, I have not read that many science fiction stories at all. I have read just like 2 or 3 max, but this one, it was so good. Okay, it is about the story of a group of nanorobots who can learn and think on their own and evolve and reproduce on their own, and a swarm of such nanorobots goes loose and they start hunting some of the living things that are there in their habitat, and how these nanorobots are controlled and overpowered. That's the entire story of this one. It is a bit slow in the beginning. Okay, it's a 500-page book, so for the first 200 pages or so, the story is slow, but after crossing that mark, it is really well paced. Okay, the tension in this one is so high, so if you're a person who likes thriller, dystopia or science fiction books, I'm sure that this will be a jam for you. And I also have a dedicated review for this one coming out soon. It will be out this weekend, so I rated this one also 5 stars. The next book which I finished is 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel and Blake Masters. Now this is one book which everyone who wants to begin a startup has to read. Now I don't personally have any idea of beginning a startup, but I want to build my own brand sometime in the future, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm reading books that are coherent to that topic like this one. And this one is really well written. Okay, it is perfect for beginners who are focusing to read books on such topics. And I should say, while getting into this book, even if you don't have any idea about how technology works or what is the state of the economics in the current world, you can read this one and get some idea of what are the things that are going on around you. Personally, I am a person who has no background or knowledge about economics, but with technology I have a little bit of background, so I did enjoy some of the technical aspects of this book a lot. Okay, but the economic aspects of this book were also very understandable for me. For a person who doesn't have any knowledge about economics, I should say I did understand most of the things that the author talked about in this one. He has put out everything in a very lucid way that anyone who is a beginner can easily read and understand this one. I've been asking my brother to read this one because I think he can grasp a lot more out of this one, and I can ask him and learn some things from it. It's also a very short book, not even 200 pages long. It will not even take like 3 or 4 hours to read, a week's time max if you read it 1 hour daily. And I should say the amount of value you'll get out of this book if you end up reading it will be very high, and I rated this one 4 stars. The next book which I finished is Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda, and I should say I went into this book also with very high expectations, and all those expectations were very well met because the author did not disappoint in any way. Okay, it's a spiritual book, so if you're going to read this one, you should go in with a very open mind without any presumptions or assumptions from your part of life, and I'm sure that if you go in with an open mind, you will get a lot of value out of this one. Since it's a spiritual book, it just tells us some of the ways in which we can make our life better, okay, just on concentrating on ourselves and within ourselves rather than just focusing outwardly on other people. And I should say all the life incidents that he talks about in this one are so pure. Okay, they are sometimes mystical to read and very inspiring in many ways. Some incidents that happened in his life, I'm sure, are worth to be told as stories, and those stories have the capability to change people's lives for sure. I'm also planning to do a review on this book, not a review kind of video, but a video in which I talk about some of the things which I learned from this one, and it was such a really good experience. I can also say that this is a book which is very suitable to read in the morning time, and I ended up rating this one also 5 stars. The last physical book which I finished is Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. Now this is also one of those books which I've been wanting to read for a very long time in my life, and I was so glad that I read it last month, and it was so knowledgeable. Okay, rather than anything, I can say that's the best word to describe this one, because it's filled with knowledge and facts. Okay, it's a very practical book, so there might be some people who are very religious. I'm not saying anything wrong about them. They might be offended by some of the things that the author talks about in this one. It's a book totally based on science and facts alone. And I should say, if you want to understand nature and how we as human beings have developed from very little organisms to the huge people that we are right now, and what all it has taken away from this earth in order for us to roam free like this, and all the other species that we have destroyed with or without our knowledge, it's really well done. Okay, it's not just the other species that human beings or Homo sapiens have destroyed in order for their evolution, but also some other races of the same species. And it was such a really good and well written book. You can check out my detailed thoughts about this one in the Tom Topple wrap-up. I'll also try to make a dedicated review or discussion video for this book. I rated this one also 5 stars. Moving on to the audiobooks. The first audiobook which I finished is A Lover's Dictionary by David Levithan. Now this is a novel written in verse, so everything is just written as poems in this one, and it was really well written first of all. And the format in this one is like conversation between two lovers, but it's mostly from the immediate point of view, and some words are arranged in the format of a dictionary, and each and every word's meaning or explanation is given to us just like in a dictionary, but in a verse format. It was really well written, just as I said before, and there are some instances during which the book feels like it's a bit slow and lagging. It doesn't give us that much, but there are also some breaking instances that make us stop reading and try to understand the rhyme and resonate with it in some way or the other, because it's not just about people falling in love, but also some thoughts which we all have as insecurities in our mind. It was really well written, and I rated this one also 4 stars. Next book which I finished is Talk Like Ted by Carmine Gallo. Now this is a book on public speaking, and especially all the aspects that are covered by TED speakers while they talk in TED. And I should say that it's also a very knowledgeable book. While reading this book, you'll have to take notes, because there are multiple things that are discussed by the author, and each and everything that he talks about is very practical and very easily doable. Okay, one thing which I just learned by heart from this one is that authenticity is not natural. It comes only with a lot of practice and rehearsals, and it just made a lot of sense after reading that particular portion of the book, because it was articulated very well by the author and I understood it very well. I rated this one also 4 stars. The next book which I finished is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Now this is also a self-help spiritual book, so everything that's talked about in this book is very practical, and the knowledge of the author has reflected as such in the text very easily. I get by the author himself. The book is written in a question and answer format, so there are multiple questions that are asked by the author himself, and it is answered by him in his own way. And I should say this is a book which is very practical, because anyone who reads this book can just easily implement it into life, because it does not involve any kind of spending in terms of money. The only thing that you'll have to do is put some effort, invest some time in yourself, and do some of the things that are discussed in this one. I can easily say that if we follow some of these things, we can easily I'm sure that we can concentrate a lot more on the now and be more mindful and be a lot more productive. I rated this one also 4 stars. The next book which I finished is Start With Why by Simon Sinek. This is one book which I've been wanting to read for a very long time. Okay, and I should say very useful for me in multiple aspects. The one question that's answered in this book, or which makes you think to ask as a question for every solution that you have to get, is the question of why, and how that question of why needs to be satisfied by an answer. It was very useful and very analytical in many aspects, and I can really say that anyone in any path or stream of life can read this book and get a lot out of it. I enjoyed it a lot and also got a lot of value out of it, and I rated this one also 4 stars. The next book which I finished is Family Wisdom by Robin Sharma. This is one of the books in The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari series, and I think this is the second book, I'm not sure, just based on the story which the author uses in order to give us the information that he's trying to give. I'm just guessing that this might be the second book in the series, because it talks about a monk who has escaped a road accident, and he has spiritually enhanced his life in many levels, and he's helping his sister. And while we see these two people's story and the preachings of the monk brother to his sister, we are able to grasp a lot of things out of it. It's just a book about well-being and how you can maintain your spiritual health, physical health and emotional health, and align all of them together in order to make your life better in all these spheres. It was a good book, but I can easily say that this is not the best Robin Sharma book I've read so far, because I've read 4 to 5 of his books until now, and I should say this was the book which felt the most weakest for me, because I did not get a lot of new things out of this. Yet if you're a beginner with Robin Sharma books, I can easily say that you can try this one, and it will give you a taste of how he writes and what are the things that you can get out of his writing. Since I expected a lot more from this one, I ended up rating this one 3 stars. The next book which I finished is The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. This is a book which is very suitable for beginners who are trying to establish a good morning routine. I am a person who has kind of an organized morning routine, so I did not get a lot of value out of this one because most of the things that the author talks about this one are the things that I'm already doing, and it is due to the effect that I have read some other books which have concentrated on the importance of a morning routine. And I can easily say that if you follow all the rituals or even half of the rituals that the author talks about in this one, your morning will become much better in many aspects, and you will be able to lead the rest of the day in a really energetic way and positive way with a lot of enthusiasm. I'm sure that all the things that are said in this one, he talks about 5 to 6 things that you can do in the first 60 minutes of the day in order to set your day in a proper ramp and maintain the same energy and enthusiasm throughout the day. It is a book that's written for beginners but not for people who have read many books which concentrate on developing a morning routine. But if you're a beginner who's trying to build a good morning routine, you should try this one because it is very beginner friendly and it is very easy to implement as well. So I rated this one 3 stars. Last audiobook which I finished is a Tamil book, and it is Poonachi Alladhu Vellattin Kadai. In English it's translated as Poonachi or the Story of a Black Goat. It's available in both the languages, but I think it's even more famous in English rather than in Tamil. Since it was available as the audiobook in Tamil, I wanted to listen to the Tamil version, and I should say this was such a good book, guys. Okay, it's a sad story, okay, very sad story about a black goat, okay, who's acquired by this old couple and how they bring up this goat and the various things that this goat experiences in her life. It is just very crudely portrayed by the author to us. Nothing is filtered, okay, but I can easily say that this is a book which has multiple layers, okay. The author, it seems like the author is talking about the life of this goat, but you can just see the story of a society, okay, a society just below the story of this goat, and how it's just a reflection of the story of a society as a whole. It was very well written, a very sad story, but I do think it's a must read for everyone out there, and since it's available in English also, it's accessible for everyone out there, and you should try reading this. I rated this one also 5 stars. Moving on to the ebooks, I read both of these from Kindle's Prime Reading. The first one is The Wickeds by Gail Forman. Now this is a book which focuses on the stepmothers or guardians of Cinderella, Snow White and one of the other Disney princesses, okay, and since they are shown as antagonists, what are the stories of these 3 characters actually, and how they shape the lives of these 3 main characters whose stories are talked about by everyone and told to children, and these 3 antagonist characters come together and they do something. It was a really fun book to read, okay. The tone of the story itself was very, very different. I know that Gail Forman's books are so famous. I have not read even one of her books. I think all of those books are literary fiction books. This was a really good starting point for me because it's not even 30 or 40 pages long. It's available for free in Prime Reading if you do have Prime, and do try this out. I rated this one 4 stars. The last ebook which I read is 7 Secrets of Shiva by Devdutt Pattanaik. Now this is also available for free in Prime Reading if I'm not wrong. It was available in March. I'm not sure if it's available right now. I tried to read this on Shivaratri, okay, and I just ended up reading half of the book that day, and I finished the rest half during the rest of the month. It just talks about what Shiva represents as a god and as a symbol in the Indian society and Hindu mythology, okay, the various aspects of the different postures of Shiva and the different stories of the life of Shiva that we see in Hindu mythology have been very keenly and properly explained by the author in this one. It is a mythological book, but if you're a person who wants to learn a lot more about Hindu religion, Hindu mythology, as well as some aspects of Shiva as a symbol, then you can definitely read this one because it is very knowledgeable in multiple aspects, and I rated this one 4 stars. Okay guys, those were all the books which I read in March, and don't forget to leave your March wrap up in the comments below because I'd like to know them. And also, if you've read any of the other books in this video, do comment your opinions on them because I'd like to discuss with you guys. And if you did enjoy watching today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it to your friends. If you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel because I publish new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.